and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing a review and tutorial using the Sephora Pro eyeshadow palette in Cool. So I'm going to make this intro really short, really sweet because I don't want to take up a lot of your time for this intro, of course, because everyone hates long, boring intros. But before we begin and hop into this video, if you're new here, hey, what's up, hello, I'm Kiana, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below as well as that bell icon to stay notified on whenever I upload my videos. And if you're not new, then welcome back. And yeah, let's just hop into the tutorial review of the Sephora eyeshadow palette. So, as you can see, I don't have my eyes on yet, but we are going to be using the Sephora Pro palette in Cool on our eyes today to create a beautiful, 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 I would say almost like pinky, smoky eye. I'm drawn in by these colors over here. So, before I start, I'm going to do a very quick review on the product itself. So the palette comes boxed up in a pretty nice carton. It just says Sephora Pro, just silver writing, and it just says Pro Pigment Palette Cool. And then you flip it over to the back. It has the shade names and the shades that come in the palette. Then you also get cards that show you different looks that you can create with the palette as well, which I find is very, very helpful for those who are just starting out with makeup or just really not sure how to use cool tone eyeshadows. And then it also comes with the insert in there as well. So when you open up the palette, you have this thing in there you can just remove, and it just has all the shade names. Totally going to keep that, so when I do the tutorial I can tell you what shades I'm using. So packaging of itself, it is very, very well made. It has some weight to it, most definitely. It's definitely not cheap packaging. Like, this is heavy. The only thing I don't like about the packaging is that it's matte, and as you can see, all these fingerprints go all over everything, but it's makeup. Everything always gets dirty anyways. You open it up, you have a beautiful, beautiful, oh, don't want to blind you, a large, large mirror. And you have all the colors that it comes with. I believe it comes with 7, 14, 21, 28 shadows, all ranging from matte to glitter to iridescent metallic. The shadows in itself are very, very pigmented. I'm not going to be doing swatches in this video, but I'll do a few swatches just of like a few different colors. So I'll do a swatch of Orchid, which is just this really pretty kind of like pink shade. It's very, very pigmented. That's a very bad swatch on my part. Rosé. This color right on over here. So beautiful. The palette itself does retail for a pretty hefty price of $85 Canadian or $68 US, but I can say that I feel like it's honestly worth it. I've been trying this out for the past few weeks and I'm completely in love with it. It's one of those palettes that you can literally just take this palette on you for like traveling, because you'll have everything. You'll have your more neutrals, but you also have your color over at the bottom. And yeah, let's hop right into this tutorial before I start rambling on too much. So as you can see, I zoomed you guys on in just a little bit so that you can have a better view of the shadows of the tutorial. So I'm going to start off by just priming my eyelids. Where's my eyeshadow primer? So I'm just going to prime my eyes with the usual Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish eyeshadow primer. Perfect. So I'm going to take the shade Cashmere just on a large fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to set this all over my lid just to set our primer today. That way all the shadows we apply are just going to go on a little bit easier, blend a little bit smoother. So this matte shade in particular is my favorite out of the whole entire palette for setting the eyelid, because I feel like it really does a good job at neutralizing the eye. Doesn't make it too yellow, doesn't make it too pink, really just makes a nice flesh tone base all over the lid. Now I'm just going to take the shade Flax on a Morphe M433 blending brush. I'm just going to start running this through my crease as a nice transition color. It's just going to help make everything amend and blend together really nice and seamlessly. I'm just taking that really lightly back and forth. I feel like the matte shadows definitely have a little bit more pigment Then the iridescent shadows. Some of the iridescent shadows are almost just like a pressed glitter pigment, so they really don't blend out. Or they don't blend out as nicely, they don't have as much pigment as the matte shades do. The metallic shades, I would say, definitely have a lot more pigment as well. Then I'm going to take the same Morphe brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Heather Gray, which is a really nice gray purple, and I'm going to layer that over top, just slightly under. So we want to really put this pretty much in the natural crease, natural indentation of the crease, and start blending this. The placement of these shadows in particular don't have to be super clean and neat because they're just there for transitional purposes. So you don't have to make them super clean. I'm going to take my E27 brush and just blend those two together, softly diffusing it. I'm even like flicking this out at the end just so you get more of a blown out smoky eye. Then I'm just going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Mauve in the palette, which is just a really pretty pink. It reminds me of the pinks all from the Modern Renaissance. This is kind of why I picked up this palette, because it reminded me of the Modern Renaissance, just a little bit more cooler. But I'm going to go in with this lighter pink. I'm going to go through my crease with this as well. Really focusing on getting in that lower crease, so you don't want to take this color too high. We're just softly taking this color, going back and forth. They're pretty much just doing a gradient with all these colors, so we're taking something from the lightest and getting down to the darkest. And you want to blend this really light-handedly so you don't put on too much pigment to the eye. Then I'm going to take that same blending brush and I'm going to take the shade Crocus, and I'm going to place this right on the outermost edge of my eye. So this is just like a really pretty, almost like purpley pink plum. And adding this depth to the eye, just really going back to this outer corner. Dragging it in slightly, because we are going to go with a bit of black, so we don't want to place it just on the outer edge and then have to place the black right on over top, and then they're going to blend too much together. So you want to slightly drag this color in, so when we add the black, you're still going to be able to see it. And as you can kind of see by the motions I'm doing, I'm just slightly pulling this color forward. And then just taking that blending brush, do what you always do, blend them all together. Then I am going to go in with Obsidian, which is a black, same brush. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this guy. Place this right on my outer corner, just by doing really light stamping motions. And this you want to place right on the outermost edge. And I'm going to blend it out right away just because black pigment tends to set a little bit quicker than other pigment. So just pulling this inward and right down to the lash line as well. Now I'm going to go back in with just a fluffier brush, and I'm going to go back in with Crocus, or I can't even pronounce that, but I'm going to run this right over top of the black, just to add a little bit more of that pigment back. Just so we don't lose the main focus. The shadows blend out phenomenally, like they blend out so well. No issues with blending at all, like whatsoever. Now I'm going to go in with a bit of an angled brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of my Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer, and I'm actually going to sculpt and carve out just the inner portion of my eyelid just to make it really sharp and precise, so when we go place a glitter shade it's really going to pop on the eye. So just right in this inner portion. Then I'm just going to take a really small packing brush, and I'm going to take the shade Rosé, so the one that we swatched, and I'm just going to pack this on the lid. Ooh, the color's so pretty, so pretty. Now I'm going to take a really small smudgy brush and go in with the shade Mauve and just start smoking out my lash line. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Obsidian, just the black, right on the most outer edge. And then I'm just going to take something a little bit more dense and blend those two together. Just going to smoke and smudge it out a bit. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of a black pencil liner. Start tightlining my eye. And then we're going to apply some lashes. Not going to do any wing liner for this look because since it's really nice and dark and dramatic, I feel like the wing liner is just going to be a little bit too much. But this is just my Tarteist Pro liner. It comes with a felt tip and a pencil tip. Love it. Like, it's super, super black. Then a little bit on my lower waterline. Then I'm just going to go in with some Flirt eyelashes. You know the drill. I use these literally 99.9% of the time. These are my all-time favorite eyelashes. They're from Sephora collection. They're $13. They last a lifetime. Plus they look full, but they're still great for like everyday use. And they're really comfortable on the eye, which I quite enjoy. So that is just the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my channel, hit me up on my social media platforms. You know the drill. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. I love you.